only one thing you should know. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. 'Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Me be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of. You better watch how you're talking and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lying in chalk. I really hate to trip, but I gotta lope. As they croak, I see myself in the pistol smoke. Fool. I'm the kind of G the little homies wanna be like, on my knees in the night saying prayers in the street. Like we've been spending most their lives living in the gangster's paradise. We've been spending most their lives living in the gangster's paradise. We keep spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. We keep spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Look at the situation they got me facing. I can't live a normal life, I was raised by the streets, so I gotta be down with the hood team. Too much television watching got me chasing dreams. I'm an educated fool with money on my mind, got my tin in my hand and a gleam in my eye. I'm a loped out gangster, set tripping banger, and my homies is down, so don't arouse my anger, fool. Death ain't nothing but a heartbeat away. I'm living life do or die, what can I say? I'm 23 now, but will I live to see 24? The way things is going, I don't know. Tell me, why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? We've been spending most their lives living in the gangster's paradise. We've been spending most their lives living in the gangster's paradise. Most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. We keep spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? Tell me, why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? That the ones we hurt are you and me.
misplaced my mind in a good way. Threw away my reputation but saved us more heartache. Yes, I know it seems fucked up and you're right, but quite frankly you're still wrong about everything. So far off your seats, nowhere near the table. But I find 'Cause I think to be so dumb must be nice. I do. What makes you think you're even invited? The doors are closed, the lights off inside, and all the while there's no one home, you're still outside. I wonder why. What's wrong with a little bit of poison? Tell me. I would rather feel everything than nothing every time. Oh, fear me, stranger. A little bit of sugar, danger. I'd rather be seen and alive than dying by the point of view. I do. I don't remember too much of the last year, but I knew who I was when I got here. 'Cause I'm still the same, but only entirely different. And my love is just some lines in some songs. You think you've read the book, I'm still writing. I can't imagine wanting so badly to be right, 'cause I'm forever on your mind. I wonder why. What's wrong with a little bit of poison? Tell me. I would rather feel everything than nothing every time. Oh, fear me, stranger. A little bit of sugar and danger. I'd rather be seen and alive than dying by the point of view. Rather be swimming with you than drowning in a crowded room. I do.
Got money, I'll do anything for you. Got money, just tell me what you want me to. Got money, nail me up against the wall. Got money, don't want everything, he wants it all. No, you can't take it. No, you can't take it. No, you can't take that away from me. No, you can't take it. No, you can't take it. No, you can't take that away from me. Head like a hole, black is your soul. I'd rather die than give you control. Head like a hole, black is your soul. I'd rather die than give you control. Bow down before the one you serve. You're gonna get what you deserve. Bow down before the one you serve. You're gonna get what you deserve. Got money's not looking for the cure. Got money's not concerned about the sick among the few. Got money, let's go dancing on the backs of the bruised. Got money's not one to choose. No, you can't take it. No, you can't take it. No, you can't take that away from me. No, you can't take it. No, you can't take it. No, you can't take that away from me. Head like a hole, black is your soul. I'd rather die than give you control. Head like a hole, black is your soul. I'd rather die than give you control. Bow down before the one you serve. You're gonna get what you deserve. Bow down before the one you serve. You're gonna get what you deserve. Bow down before the one you serve. You're gonna get what you deserve. Bow down before the one you serve. You're gonna get what you deserve. Bow down before the one you serve. You're gonna get what you deserve. Bow down before the one you serve. You're gonna get what you deserve. Head like a hole, black is your soul. I'd rather die than give you control. Head like a hole, black is your soul. I'd rather die than give you control. gonna get what you deserve. Bow down before the one you serve. You're gonna get what you deserve. Why are you doing this to me? Am I not living up to what I'm supposed to be?
This is XboxEra. We're an independent, community-funded publication focused on providing the best coverage and discussion of your favourite platform, Xbox. With best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and awesome merch, XboxEra.com is your destination for the best news, reviews, and features focused on what you care about. With shows like the Xbox Era podcast, headlines, and a whole heap of Patreon-exclusive content, we're proud to be an independent publication completely funded by you. If you value having an outlet truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support. Everything Xbox Era does is only made possible by our community and the growing army of incredible Patreon supporters. Our executive producers and MVPs are an amazingly generous bunch, only shown up by the incredible support of our grand benefactors, Cryat56 and Assassin Entertainment. All of this under the watchful eye of our lovely Xbox Era CEO, Torn Raptor. This community is the best one on the internet, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra and pledge your support. Today is the day, Oblivion fans. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Xbox Era Headlines. My name is John. The date is April 22nd, and today, Jesse and I are going to talk you through all the latest in gaming news from across the video game industry. And as we wrap up towards the end of the show, it's time to get our first eyes on The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. As a bonus for our wonderful patrons, we make audio versions of these episodes available to them via Patreon for use in their preferred podcast app. But if you're on Spotify, you can link your account into our Patreon and listen to it right there instead. If you would like to support us directly and become a Patreon legend, head to patreon.com/XboxEra. Hi, Jesse.
Good morning.
Another week.
How you
Here
doing?
we are again.
Well,
It's got to be a little bit more of a chilled show today. Because, and I don't want to alarm anybody, but definitely experiencing some very unsettling chest pains over the last couple of days. It's been a stressful old time. My blood pressure is high.
we want to be accurate, as we always are in this show. The last day. You started complaining about it yesterday.
Yeah, well, I was okay. I was actually experiencing them on Saturday.
I'm sorry, I'm a stickler for detail.
Yeah, no, and then Sunday got worse, and then normally I am the sort of person that will be like, yeah, I'll be all right. But then as you hit 40, things change a little bit, and I was like, this isn't right, and I ended up ringing what we have in here in the UK, which is the 111 health service, where you can ring up and they'll ask you a bunch of questions, and then they will make decisions and whether you need to go anywhere. I'm still alive, obviously, and I'm not experiencing any of the normal indicators for something super heart related, like pain in the extremities, etc. But it ain't great, kids. It ain't great. Getting old is kind of scary. So feeling a little bit more mortal.
If you think about getting old, I would say this. Don't do it. Stay young forever. Immortality at the age of 28?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's an odd one, and I don't feel right even now. So if I appear distracted or anything like that, I apologize. But the show must go on, as they say, and there's plenty to talk about, which we will do. Obviously, the big star
yeah.
of the show today is the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, but it's not happening until the end of the show.
Yeah.
So to benefit Trav, we'll have an end of the show of all time. We'll switch over at 4 o'clock and watch, see what Bethesda has got to show, because no one knew this was coming.
No. It will be. It'll probably be the stealth drop, not a shadow drop. Shadow drops just kind of out of nowhere. You didn't know they were coming at all. We're gonna have this thing showing off this thing today, a day later. It would be very funny if it wasn't out for a couple months.
Yeah, that would crack me up more than anything else.
I want to play it.
Yeah,
but it would be very funny.
If they were like releasing September 3rd, and everyone would be like, "Boo!" and then grab their pitchforks and everything else. It's doing big numbers on the internet. Lots of people very, very excited to play a game from 2006 with a new coat of paint. I can't say I'm one of them, but more power to you guys. And I fully understand that Oblivion holds a special place in a lot of fans' hearts, and the buzz online is well recognized. I think I get it. If they were announcing like a full bells and whistles, Halo 3 remaster, even I'd be excited. I've played that game to death.
Yeah, I'm worried people might be a little remake conflaty instead of just remaster.
Thinking all of it will feel like a 2025 game instead of a 20.
Yeah, like they are simulation Gamebryo pre-creation engine gameplay is still probably going to be the main thing there. So you just got to be ready for that.
Yeah, I'm fully expecting it. But hey, maybe that's why. Like people have often been questioning, why Shadow Drop? Like, why do this? Why not market the hell out of this? And it might be because it is not a remake; it is a remaster. Ergo, it's going to have all of the wonkiness and all of the unstreamlined bulkiness of a 2006 open world RPG that was taking its first steps into the genre. So who knows? Who knows?
Remind me. So I'll have to stream my screen up there to you for the video. I've got it set up
in Discord.
Yeah,
I'll hop in. It's fine.
I'm going to double check real quick. Show with co-stream setup. There we are. Hey, we're at the bottom. There's the stream. Only 57,000 people waiting already. Is that it?
Wow. People are very excited for Oblivion, it seems. More power to them. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you, Oblivion fans. It wouldn't be Oblivion if it wasn't wonky, says Booking Beard in the chat. Drake Williams, happy Oblivion Day. JCTV, I'm excited for it.
They're not going to have the potato faces. Like Oblivion was infamous for having some of the worst, weirdest face models in all of gaming.
Seeing some of the clips like resurface, like the one where she's like, they've attacked the tower and the wait, let me try that one again. Just repeated the line and it's in the game. It's like, wow, okay, that's one way of doing voice work. Someone didn't notice that flub. Apparently, there's a bunch of those.
Mikey Virus sounds bitter on Twitter. I'm skeptical about 20-year-old remasters. What once was fantastic, now remastered, will never hold up against modern masterpieces like Elden Ring. The bar has simply moved from safe open-world RPGs to what Elden Ring brought us all. I would love to be proven wrong, but... And then it just keeps going.
Wow. Are you Mike Ybarra? Because that was uncanny.
No.
That's what he's... If in case anyone has never heard Mike Ybarra speak, that is actually exactly what he sounds like. Let's maybe actually question Jesse's entire identity.
I mean, it's pretty rich. So by default, he wins.
Oh, Japes. All right, let's dive into some news, shall we? Let's talk about some news before we get to see Oblivion in action. First of all, a heads up: stealth action game Steel Seed is out now.
I played it a lot.
PC and consoles.
Yeah, you notice I didn't do a review because I really didn't like it.
Oh,
I appreciate what they're going for. It's a very small team trying to make like a really big open world third person action game, heavily inspired by like Nier Automata.
Yep.
But it really doesn't play well. IGN reviewed it. What did you give it, IGN? let's see. Oh god, that's loud. I want to see. I just gotta see. They gave it a 5. They would be right. So Steel Seed tries really hard, and look, just to prove I'm not a filthy liar like John always says I am. They gave it a 5. That's where I was going with it, and I was like, I've got Kyborg, I've got something else that's been done, and I can't talk about it, even though I'm gonna have been done 10 days before embargo. It's always annoying when you can't talk about it. And I had other stuff. I was waiting on Metal Eden, which I still haven't heard anything about. So I did give up on this one. It's unfortunate. It's a really small team trying to make something very big, but the combat's really bad. The stealth is bad, but insanely overpowered. Like you can just something that will take you 40 hits in a fight is easy to one-shot. Wow. It doesn't feel good to jump. It looks kind of nice, and the music's okay. That's it.
Fair enough. Well, it's out today if people want to take a look and have a ganders. Elsewhere, it's a weird quiet period for us. Like I will probably have. It hasn't helped with the whole chest pain issue. I will probably have a review for Once Upon a Puppet at some point appear tomorrow.
I did Crime Scene Cleaner. I just did a text-only one.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, yeah. You've enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, I gave it a 7. It's good. It's a solid, fun 7. Because there's no real replayability. So you get 10 jobs, they're fun, but the replayability is coming in a patch down the line at some point. Challenge modes and whatnot.
Fair enough. But we're just marching now headlong into the summer.
Yeah. The game releases don't slow down. As we'll get into, there's coming out. And very many people are mad that Oblivion could overshadow one of the week's big Game Pass drops, which we should have a review for later in the week. We'll let you know.
Oh, yes.
Totally unrelated. Did you see what Pre-Drag did for my latest review? My God, is it pretty? I can't wait for people to see it.
I did. I'm very impressed, as always, by Pre-Drag's skill. And
he dropped everything you wanted him to do and immediately just did the thing I asked because he likes me so much.
Yeah. I almost feel like he has fun doing those.
That's why I gave him that. I was like, "There's 10 days. You want to have some fun?" He was like, "Yeah, I do."
Yeah. In other news, I'm waiting for an update from the fulfillment center with regards to Console Wars, the card game. So all copies have shipped from the UK and Europe, but I was just waiting to have the DLC pack error where people didn't get them corrected. I was under the impression that they would have all gone out before the bank holiday weekend, but I think where Friday swooped in, that they may not go out until today. So I'm just waiting for confirmation, and then I'll post an update for Kickstarter backers. Having said that, it has been really cool seeing some feedback and some people getting copies come in over the course of the weekend, perhaps in further flung places like Australia.
Not America.
Not America yet. So America, they arrive there tomorrow at the fulfillment center. That's the update I have, which means they should start shipping tomorrow from the fulfillment center in the US, which is based in Maryland. I don't know what shipping times are like in the US, but
insanely fast generally.
Yeah, they're all being sent tracked and
if it's air, it's like that. But right now, who the hell knows?
Yeah. But I have really liked there was a like people have spotted things where I'm like, oh no, how did we miss that? In terms of comments and bits and pieces. One person wrote, a guy called Chris H wrote yesterday that they had their first game and really enjoyed it, but then gave me a list of like 5 questions of like really digging into the nitty gritty. And it's the kind of thing that we would do, the folks that designed Console Wars, that we would sit there and back and forth about. And I love getting questions like these. It was like, these guys now understand the game and they're really digging in deep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ended up like, we've put together a revamped how to play page over on consolewarsgame.com, which you can go check out now. And we're also putting together a FAQ for folks that like this guy really want to dig into the nitty gritty, because there is a level of tactical skill that comes with the game. But equally, we also had some questions from people that were like, I don't understand how to play the game. And when you get stuff like that as someone who's designed it, you're like, have I really messed this up? Like, have I failed like so utterly to explain how this works? I would like to say no, but I will recognize that this isn't a party game. This isn't it is easy to play as card games or board games go, but it isn't like, completely foolproof, I guess. So yeah, there's definitely some learning, and there is a misprint. There's a misprint on the quick start guide cards. It's only a minor one where it says to shuffle where you shouldn't shuffle, but like skilled people aren't going to be using the quick start guides. You're all pros at the console wars, right? You just chuck them in the bin. But it's just definitely something that we would fix in a reprint, I guess. But yeah, it's been moderately exciting so far. I'm looking forward to American folks getting hold of their copies, and review copies are out and in people's hands now. The judges for the UK Games Expo, which will be out in May, the judges panel for the best of Expo, the shortlist gets announced on May the 6th. I am sincerely hoping that we will be in that shortlist for best strategic card game, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't know. I wax lyrical about these things because honestly there isn't a huge amount of news, and we've got an hour to fill up, so there you go. Just James, a member for 1 month, the XboxEra supporter on YouTube, says, because he's still excited about the end of the show with Elder Scrolls 4, he says that Elder Scrolls 4 was the reason why I went next gen, to Xbox 360. I really want to get back to the original because I want the achievements. How do I play it with aging graphics? I don't know if it's going to have like a toggle.
It looks fantastic on the 360 version on Series X.
Does it really?
Yeah, it's got FPS boost. It's super clean. It has auto HDR. It looks as good as you can get that game to look outside of modding it up on PC. But the PC version is broken as shit. If you alt tab out of it, it immediately crashes. Yeah. Those games were heavily tied to 60 FPS, their frame rate cap of 60. And if it goes above, things just go like old Dark Souls games. If you have a Series X, that version, phenomenal. If you don't tab out of it, the Game of the Year edition is on PC Game Pass. Not Play Anywhere, obviously. It didn't exist back then. But yeah.
Abdul114 in the chat says John was tired of people console warring in chats, so he made a whole game for it. Kinda. One of the big inspirations for the game was Toxicity Online. And I hate it so much because it's so utterly pointless. Like, can I get some people like co-creators that dip their toes into console wars because it's entertaining? And yes, there is a level of entertainment to be had from people who are deep in the salt mines,
like Nick,
and arguing pointlessly about stuff,
like Nick.
But when it becomes targeted, when it becomes harassment, when it becomes vile, it's like, this is nuts. Like, why are people doing this?
I gave Armored Core 6.5, but I gave Redfall an 8.5. I deserve death. Yeah. According to many people.
Yeah. Like people sending Jesse death threats over scores in video games. It's like, what are we doing here, people? But it even gets to the point where like there is someone out there, and we haven't made a big deal of it because it's so hilarious to me. And I think we're just going to use his reviews in marketing. That actually created something like 6 different fake accounts, one person on Board Game Geek, just to pose as us and leave bad reviews of the game. Why? Because we write about Xbox? Is that your sole reason? We don't know this guy. We've never interacted with him, but like he was console warring effectively about a game called Console Wars, and that is a level of irony that I don't think anyone else has ever achieved ever. But that is the kind of stuff that you have to deal with. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I quite like Redfall toy games. I gave it an 8.5. I'm not alone. That game had multiple 9s, lots and lots of 8s.
I will say, to Jesse's defense, like I wouldn't have given it an 8.5. I would have been more in the 7.5 range.
I was at 7.5 until I got through into the second area and saw the ending of the story. That's right. That was very good.
But I would also say that Jesse played it as the developers intended, which was in full co-op the entirety of their time with friends, having fun. How dare you? Whereas I sense, and I don't know, I sense that the majority of people that actually reviewed the game for outlets played it as a single player immersive sim.
For 3 hours.
But yeah, there you go. Anyways, what else is in the news? The Switch 2.
Like
Good
always.
news, everybody. It's staying at the same price, but all the accessories are going up. US pre-orders open up in 2 days. Canada as well, I think, on the 24th. So console price stays the same, but the Joy-Cons and other bits and pieces and
The
all
rest of the
your
world
add-ons
gets
and
to pay
things.
for America, baby.
That's always the way of things, I think. Some people in government positions don't understand that.
No, you're a bad politician and a bad businessman if you don't get what they're going for.
I don't think that's true.
It sucks that the accessories were already overpriced. Like the dock going up to almost $120 is insane. I don't understand what's in that dock bundle to make it that expensive. Like unless it's Noctua's best fan inside of that friggin' dock, I don't get it. The Joy-Cons are now $95. The friggin' Pro Controller 2 is now... Joy-Cons 2 are now $95. The Pro Controller 2 is now $85. Like, their baseline pricing is so much higher than everyone else's for their regular accessories. It's crazy. Also, the amiibos are all up like $10. Like, it's like, Jesus. Like, Nick said he's done. He's not buying them. Because not only are they ones he doesn't care about, but they're going to be ridiculous. They're going to be the cost of a game for him on sometimes.
I don't believe him. And I feel that the second they release an amiibo in a game that he does care about with a character, he will just buy it because he has no self-control.
True. But also, that dock can't even do VRR. They cheaped out, it seems, the freaking HDMI out port.
That is the worst thing because the place where you would want VRR is when you're trying to push graphical fidelity and the nice looks, and you're not playing in handheld mode.
Like Fortnite's going to be
absolutely insane.
4K 60 docked. They're saying. I'm really curious what it looks like at that. It might be very pretty. It'll be probably one of the biggest platforms for their freaking game, so they're going to go all out on it. But like, why? If it can, so like they're not doing. That's why you can't do 1080 120 docked. Or 1440, 120, or whatever, like, because they don't have the bandwidth because they cheaped out on the connector. But like the dock is literally the dock, an HDMI cable, and then the charging. And that's 120, 115 bucks now. It's ridiculous, man.
Yep. But it's okay. It's okay. You know why it's okay? Because it is okay when Nintendo does it. It's fine. Don't complain. Just consume.
God. Yeah,
I see what they did do that was great though. They brought back Paul Rudd to relive his, was it a SNES commercial? I think back in the day. Was it SNES? Or
I think so. Yeah, because it was 90s.
One of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Played as his younger self, which was amusing. I was amused.
Had him in the wig. Had his long hair back.
Yeah. He still looks the same age.
You get full 4K. Like, he looks amazing for his age. Doesn't look quite the same. He's pretty close.
He's doing all right. He's doing all right, old Paul Rudd. But that's fun. But Nintendo have also been in the news for other news because Pocket Pair, creators of the indie hit Pal World, are fighting back against Nintendo's rather awful. Again, people should be dragging them endlessly over this patent lawsuit. And this is complicated, so I'm trying to figure this out.
They're pretty much pointing out all the other games that Nintendo hasn't gone after. Yeah, like there's mechanics in like Monster Hunter and a bunch of other big games from other devs they never went after for this. And it's like the moment you don't fight it, that's supposed to mean you're not, because people always get mad when companies go after and protect copyright so hard, especially in America. Though this is all in Japan. But the moment you don't fight to protect your copyright is the moment you essentially give it up. A lot of times is how I've always been told it works. So it's like, if you're like, oh, that's why they won't give an implicit okay, like with Skyblivion or Fallout London. They won't say okay. They won't say we're working with you on this, because then it becomes super complicated legally. But if they don't immediately tell you no, and you don't try and make money off of it, then it's not like you're just letting the thing go. But obviously, Pal World is a paid game, and so in Nintendo's eyes, they're using our stuff, and it's egregious. compared to some of these fan projects and other stuff where they might just say, hey, go away. No, this one they're going after full. But it's mostly because Pokemon's always really bad and people just wanted good Pokemon that they could chop apart.
They've pointed at Final Fantasy XIV, Tomb Raider, Far Cry 5, Monster Super League, the Pixelmon mod for Minecraft, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, Rune Factory 5, Titanfall 2, Path of Exile, Octopath Traveler, Dragon Quest Builders, Nexomon, Monster Hunter 4G, Ultimate, Riders of Icarus. They've pointed at all of these as kind of like, hey. Yeah.
Because the patents, some of the patents that Nintendo were doing were just so basic. Like, if your character goes behind a thing, then there's an outline of them. That's ours. It's like, how many games do that? You haven't gone after them.
It's really, like, Nintendo suck.
Yep. Truly awful
Nintendo
company.
Suck. Yeah.
That doesn't mean the others aren't. It's not console warring. It's just the reality. Microsoft as a company sucks. Sony as a company sucks. Nintendo as a company also sucks.
They all suck.
Yeah.
They just happen to occasionally make things that we enjoy. But I dislike this in particular because for multiple reasons. Like, one, current Pokemon games feel so like thrown out, and you Pokemon fans just, it's fine. It's Pokemon, right? And you deserve better. And then a company tries to take that concept and do something different with it and make it look much better in reality. I mean, it's still not the best looking game ever, but it's
a nice looking Unreal Engine game. Like, it's pretty. Right?
And then they get attacked for it. And it's just like, come on, what are we doing here? It's meant to be fun. No, it's big business. Ugh. Anyway, I'm not a solicitor. I'm not going to get into the weeds of it. Nintendo are doing bully things and Pocket Pair are fighting back. Good for them. That's what I say. It's worth mentioning as well, while we've got all you lovely, lovely lot, that on Friday, Jesse and I did the Xbox Era Subathon for 2025, the spring Subathon. Now that the dust has somewhat settled, you guys helped us raise over £1,000, which is absolutely fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Big thank you to everybody that donated.
Definitely needed it. Because everything is insanely expensive and only getting worse.
We're in crunch time right now as we place our bets and hope things all sort of take off across multiple things. But even just now, like moments ago, Dave H dropped a tenner in there to just keep that train rolling.
And I'll always have the link. It'll be up in the top of chat, or it's in the video description. If you want to give anything, it's our travel fund to try and get to Summer Games Fest. We are credentialed media, despite what others think. We are credentialed media for Jeff Keighley's Summer Days of Play. We're credentialed media for Gamescom. So getting to go there and cover stuff,
it's really cool.
Yeah.
But it costs a lot of money for a very small site like ours to do.
Yeah.
That. And I want to make sure I call this one out because lots of people donated. I think we did call them out, but one person donated, I think, when we were off the air. And that is our own moderator on Discord and all-round lovely bloke, Britt, who dropped in a big chonky, like 150 quid, which is a big deal. So big thank you to Britt for being a legend. But yeah, it was fun doing the subathon, and I want to do more of those sorts of things.
I wish
I would
YouTube
like to stream more, but I just need to get out of this really insanely busy period of time.
I wish YouTube wouldn't break after 12 hours, because I only stopped around 12 hours because like it's going to break and I know I have to make a new thing. There were a ton of people there. It was well over 1,000 views while we were live. It was nice. It was a lot of fun playing various things. But we do have a Hangouts that we owe you of John getting the shit scared out of him by something.
Yeah, I don't know what that something's going to be. I want it to be something good.
Mouthwashing.
What is mouthwashing?
I don't know. People say it's good and it's scary. Okay. Disturbing.
Breaking news, courtesy of It's Finn in the chat, and I'm going to slide it in here. Boop, so that you can throw whatever this is on stage. Reporting from GameDeveloper.com and Chris Kerr, the news editor there, GamesBeat has become an independent media brand after splitting from parent company VentureBeat. If you didn't know what GamesBeat was, that is Mike and where Jeff Grubb came from.
Rachel Kassler.
Dean Takahashi.
I don't know if Dean did a ton of GamesBeat stuff. I think it was both. I don't know.
Dean Takahashi's been at VentureBeat or GamesBeat for a very long
Yeah,
time.
I know he's done it because he's
fact,
been focused a lot on the venture stuff lately.
Yeah, and in fact, the newly independent outlet will be overseen by CEO Gina Joseph, formerly Chief Strategic Officer at VentureBeat, and Editorial Director Dean Takahashi, who is the former lead writer at GamesBeat. We are excited about this powerful new chapter for GamesBeat in the industry we are serving. As a niche independent publication, we'll unlock unparalleled insights, opportunities, and direct access to decision makers, playing an integral role for this $177 billion industry and the broader interactive tech landscape. Cool.
So they will be owned by Joseph Takahashi in a cohort of undisclosed investors. So good, because I liked Mike and Dean and Rachel and Jeff Grubb when he was at GamesBeat, but I really didn't like VentureBeat. I don't like venture capital companies. I don't like what they do to our economy. So this is good. I wonder if they'll change the name. I don't have to.
What? I don't know, GamesBeat.
It's not so closely tied to VentureBeat that I didn't even realize it was VentureBeat until many months of knowing those people.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
I got some of these for Easter. Ooh.
Well, Mort's attacking me for not pinging. The show goes live the same time every day, every week. But fine, I'll ping. I forgot. I'm sorry, I was busy.
Sorry, Mort. Sorry, Mort. Jeez. Next up in news, it's kind of Oblivion related. One of the big stories that kind of dropped, I think, on Sunday or Monday, I can't remember which now, was that someone, and I think we owe this person an apology, because the person that data mined the leak isn't the one that I think got all the flowers.
Well, I think he's part of. I thought he was part of it.
Yeah, apparently it was someone else. But
it was one person replied that, but it was literally.
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
He was part of that group, I think. That's like a group of data miners, and he was one of them, is what I took from it.
But yeah, either way, XOX Leak on Twitter was the one that got all the flowers for it. Whether he was the fully original.
Well, that's the group.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I haven't been able to determine, but they data mined the size of the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered on Steam, and it is rather large, coming in at a whopping 120 gig. Not
surprising. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black isn't that like big or varied of a game, and it's 85.
Yeah.
Like it's decently big and varied for an action game, but compared to an open world RPG with it's always textures, and Unreal Engine 5 can show off your textures really well. And so people go to town. Tis what it is. Unfortunately.
It's a shame you can't preload the game right now, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Because plans are, if it is stealth released today, that I would just start playing and streaming it.
Oh, that's the plan.
Well, yeah, because I'm going to review it, so might as well.
Fair.
I am in between reviews. Take that as you will, with a big one coming out this Thursday. A game coming out. Many games coming out. We'll get into that later.
I saw a thread on an awful video game forum that kind of was talking about, like, why are Microsoft releasing like 8 games across multiple platforms in the space of a month? And I'm like, because they can.
Because they have that many, and they're just going to keep putting things out.
I do feel sorry for any new IPs that are releasing this week with Oblivion, though, because that's unfortunate, I think, for them. I might be wrong. Like, maybe
there have been studies in the past, and I think Matt Piscatel's talked about it, where it's not really a thing. No. It's surprisingly, it's not really as much of a thing.
It does surprise me.
Yeah,
it definitely does. But yeah. There you go. Well, congratulations to the folks at GamesBeat, anyway.
Yeah, that is exciting.
What else?
They have investors.
Yeah. Speaking of games coming, we do have a collection of everything that is coming to Xbox this week and beyond.
There's so much. This article took me a long time to put together.
Man, I did this one the other week, and I'm just like sitting there going through like everyone and trying to get every link to work correctly and make sure that.
Well, yeah, because
all the gubbins.
When we go in and do them, for people that don't know, these links you don't want them to be what's called a follow link because of domain authority and all that stuff. So every time you put in a link, you got to go in, make sure it opens in a new tab, make sure it isn't a follow link. I don't know of any way to do it in a batch process.
Yeah, they should add that functionality, but I have a special pet peeve of websites that give me a link and don't open it in a new tab.
Yep.
Because I will, as I'm reading, I don't know what anyone else's habits like, but as I'm reading an article or whatever, I will, if I'm on desktop, I will right click and open in new tab, carry on reading, and then go read those bits, right? And if it takes me there, I don't know, it really bugs me. It has to open in new tab. All right. But this week we've got Fatal Fury, City of Wolves. Our own Ursel put together a review in progress, I think.
Yeah, the online wasn't working for consoles until really late in review period.
Yeah. He has noted that he's also approaching it as a kind of a newcomer to the series. So if you're looking for that kind of take from someone who's, not super into Fatal Fury, you can go check that out on XboxEra.com right now. We mentioned it at the beginning of the show. Steel Seed is out today, a stealth action adventure set in a dark sci-fi world
how much does that
on
game
the
cost?
brink of extinction. Video games are so nerdy.
I want to see how much that game costs. It's not bad. Error, please try again. That's not
Error.
It just says error when I would try and look at the store page. Oh. Maybe it's not out yet.
Maybe it's
later
not out yet.
Today.
Yeah, it's probably like 6 p.m. my time.
Yeah, it just says error.
Yeah,
right.
Never mind. Post-Trauma is a modern interpretation of genre-defining survival horror classics. You'll be solving mysteries and hoping to uncover hidden truths while trying to stay alive. Players will explore a terrifying, twisted reality that constantly
That sounds like one for John.
Oh, shit. No, I've heard mouthwashing's kind of viral. So, like, as someone who has no idea,
well, we'll get this one for free instead of having to buy mouthwashing.
Sonderfolk is out this week.
It's reviewing very well, John, which I was surprised after what you said.
I think you got to be into it. The reviews are out, so I presume I can talk about my experiences then, yeah? So it was one that we'd be like, hey, we'll try, but this is a multiplayer board game done digitally in a kind of Dragons and Dungeons type style. I have played bits of it when I have my partner here because it's a little bit too much for my kiddos. The unique thing about it is it uses your phone as a controller to kind of swipe cards into play and maneuver your character. On that front, on the technical front, I was super impressed at how it works. Like, that was some cool tech being done from the developers there, and it works really, really well. You have to download an app, and you can control your character and swipe cards into play and all of that jazz, and it's pretty nifty.
Jesus, how many websites and YouTube groups is Matt Mercer a part of? I just wanted to see if I could find some gameplay of this one, and of course he's right there playing it with some group called the Good Time Society.
Oh, there you
that guy's in everything.
I will say, though, as someone who isn't particularly into Dungeons and Dragons, I do like my board games. The biggest problem I had with it was that it was constantly like wanting to talk at you, and like some of the voice acting is a bit like, yeah, I mean, it's a little game, right? It's a little game. It's not a big game. But fundamentally, I was kind of bored. But it's not to take away. If you love those types of board games, you might have a really, really good time with this. I do not. So, yeah.
But if you're more the Baldur's Gate 3E type, because I don't think either of us... I used to be into those types of games when I had, like, funny enough, more time. But as is now, even though I go through a lot, if something's huge and I just have to truly dedicate my brain to it, I end up feeling... I bounce off fairly quickly now. Like, I just could not get into Baldur's Gate 3 the way I wanted to. It would probably end up being something similar to this. I don't feel that creativity anymore. Where I do prefer a game that just, I have a path that I can adjust, not I have a path that I can build. Like, I don't have the headspace for that all the time.
Yeah. But either way, I think it's a really cool spin.
Yeah.
Like, and please understand, it is not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. It is performant, it's well built, it's imaginative. It's just not my sort of game. But I was only one on the team that kind of had some time.
Has any friends?
But even then, we were like, we can't really guarantee we're going to be able to cover this in any real capacity because I haven't got 4 mates that can pop round. Most of my friends are all over the country.
we need more 20-year-olds that actually just still have a bunch of friends. Like my kid could have done this any night because he's always hanging out with his friends.
Yeah. But I still think the tech is really, really cool. We've got Once Upon a Puppet, which is coming out tomorrow. I will hope to have a written piece together by tomorrow afternoon. And we've got Oblivion, which is coming out April 23rd, which is a survival Oppidum. Yeah, Oppidum. Yeah, there's no extra. I was doing an aluminum.
Yep.
Which is a survival adventure for 1 to 4 players. Viking Heroes 5 Collector's Edition. I mean, there's so many.
It keeps
Golden
going.
Rails.
Like, look, I'm just going to start scrolling.
I'm just scrolling, and it's just
big one.
I think the big one out of all of the other ones here is got to be Claire Obscure Expedition 33, which is coming very, very soon.
Yep, it's out on Thursday. Reviews are generally right around or just before launch for everything, so we'll see on this one. Can't always say more.
Yeah.
Amir Zone is a remake that some people are happy about. Also, a lot of Play Anywhere is popping up now. Like every time I go through these lists, Play Anywhere, Play Anywhere. How many times is Play Anywhere in this page? Play Anywhere. 6 times it's in this page. Any Last Hope. Like Nano Apostle is one I want to take a look at. It's a boss rush action game. I've had the code for a month, but just had no time. So I feel bad. So maybe I'll try and stream it. That's always like the thing we can try and do, I think, John. For, hey, we want to check this game out. We'll stream it for a couple hours one day, like type of thing. Instead of a full review.
I think I mentioned it, or we had a team meeting the other week, and I mentioned that for the times where we don't have enough time, that we could maybe do some sort of like show where it's just like a first impressions, I don't know, first glance, early look, whatever. And it's just, we jump on, we play for like an hour, and we give people at least an indication of what it is and how it plays and how it performs and all that jazz. But again, all of these things come down to time. And right now in life, everything is really busy.
I don't think a VOD is ever going to do great. I do think a live stream, like Hangouts, first look, and then people are there and they can talk and they can ask about stuff and things, and that'll do better.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
There are too many video
Friends
games.
was not an awful show, Trav.
I know it's a terrible show. Awful's not enough.
It's not a terrible show on account of the fact that it's widely adored and still watched and loved all these years later, just like Seinfeld and
never liked Seinfeld. Understand they're both incredibly well made.
I think there's an element of nostalgia to it as well. But I know people that have never seen Friends that got into it, like young.
Yeah, Friends was the fun, dumb, goofy, where Seinfeld was more the cringe comedy, and I'm just not that into extreme cringe comedy. It's kind of like Nathan For You and that type of stuff. Like I know it's really funny, it's really well made, but I can only go so far before the cringe snaps back and hits me in the head, and I don't want to watch it anymore. Yeah, like Curb Your Enthusiasm, amazing show, but I find it difficult to get through. Even though I know it's hilarious and it's really well done, even if his wife is played by RFK Jr.'s actual wife.
Wow. In other video game news, out of nowhere, Doom: The Dark Ages got a brand new story trailer, and this really surprised me because like they told us, we knew from the previews that story is a bigger focus this time around, with fully cut scenes and voice acting and a general plot that is going to be followed through. But this is above and beyond anything we've seen from id on any of the new Dooms since they were rebooted in 2016. I'm actually really excited to get stuck in. This looks fantastic.
Who doesn't like getting stuck in every now and then?
It already looked fantastic, but the story looks super, super interesting. Like the Slayer is leashed. It's leashed. He's leashed. It's like R2-D2's stem bolt thing. Keeps him locked in or something.
Giant skull ship with weird, sexy demon man. Like, I don't know. It looks
weird, sexy demon man.
It looks stupid and good. Like it's it's taking itself very serious while knowing it's kind of goofy.
I love it.
Which is been one of the best things about Doom is just like it knows. Yeah, it gets a little goofy, but then it's just really goddamn cool and gory and over the top. And I cannot wait. The music's really good, and also it was they called it a story trailer, but the second half is all gameplay. Like, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, It does look.
I'm really going to want to review this on my PC, but I'm mostly doing it on my Xbox to keep people from just
I
absolutely
am
killing
really
me.
hoping that Bethesda share several codes.
They're good about
so
it.
So that we can all get stuck in.
Yeah.
If only we knew a guy.
We know, I mean, we know Bethesda. We have a very good relationship with Bethesda. We both got Indiana Jones. Nick even got Indiana Jones early from Bethesda Australia. So I think we'll be good.
Yeah.
See, we're in with Bethesda US, is how you want to be in. Unfortunately, in gaming coverage, the US, like in so much else, just it gets way more budget and leeway and shit. Especially when these companies are all American that we're mostly dealing with. So
it's true.
You know, it's weird.
But yeah.
The Japanese companies are unbelievably restrictive on what you can and can't talk about. But then these guys are just like, please don't ruin stuff.
Yeah, it's just like, I think I've spoke about this before, but video games media and video game PR and video game developers and publishers, the unique side of media for games is that most people writing about games really like video games. So, you know, when a publisher is like, hey, here's some code, but please don't do this. You know, like they're trusting that the person at the other end also really loves games and will do the right thing. But I think more and more as content creators come into that world, so many, and to be honest, there's a lot of journalists that just do not read any of the review guide or any of the restrictions and just show stuff, and it really bugs me.
There's a few times we've like gone to friends and been like, hey, by the way, they said,
yo, you're gonna get slapped for this. Like, that's a big no. It says it on the first page of the review guide, like, do not show this, and it's in the first 10 seconds of your video. Like,
it was like Kotaku just showed the entirety of the Halo cutscene, and it's like, what? That's literally the one. They didn't want the opening to Halo Infinite to be in there, and then Kotaku was just like, boop, here we go, the whole goddamn thing. And it's like, come on. It was literally the only, outside of, hey, please don't just give away the whole plot of the game, as most companies will say. It was also a very basic, hey, please don't show the opening cutscene. We want this to be a delightful surprise for fans, but also, yeah. I still think we're the only people that have this song. Don't ever tell anyone, anybody. But yeah.
Some good do music. Speaking of the music, and I want to call out Joshua Taylor in the chat, who says the people who did the music also posted a short video featuring some of the music from the game. Can we just turn this up for the build-up? Let's just go. No. It's just so... Anyway, that's it. This rest of the show is just going to be us headbanging to this song. Oh, dude.
I would play, and I was like, oh, I'm going to load up the Oblivion song for this. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, that gets you pinged every time. And I'm actually going to turn this down as well, just in case. Whoop.
Okay.
Am I hearing? I'm hearing Oblivion music in the background because they've started up their countdown.
Dun, dun, dun. Whilst you're fixing that, I'm going to move on to the next topic, which is... really, really underrated and actually thoroughly great and excellent Ubisoft game, Star Wars Outlaws, has a Switch 2 release date confirmed. Unfortunately, it doesn't perhaps look as good as it should, considering that Switch 2 is as powerful as a PS4 Pro.
No, it's more powerful according to Nick.
Oh, okay. It's coming out on September 4th. I hate it when no one puts the H or the R. September 4th, if you want to play Star Wars Outlaws on the go. Elsewhere, there's also A Pirate's Fortune, which is a new story expansion, which is coming to the game.
Yeah, it was also, God, was it, I think Digital Foundry, Oliver, was like hand counting, and it was like 19 frames per second at some point on this trailer. It's pretty rough. I mean, it's honest to show it in that way, I guess. But it's not on loop.
Yeah, but considering that I can load Assassin's Creed Shadows on my ROG Ally, but then my ROG Ally was 200 quid more, 100 quid more than the Switch.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It's and people are like, wow, they're gonna have so much more support than they ever did before. It's like Ubisoft's always been on everything. Ubisoft loves supporting stuff. So
I still question how long it will last. I don't know. I don't know if people that are into modern AAA, all the fancy pants graphics and gaming, that are going to be like, yes, that's the level of quality I want to play my AAA games at.
Especially
that
those games aren't
Nintendo
great on the
games.
go. Like those
Yeah,
are only
they're
get
really
stuck
not.
in and really pay attention
Yeah,
and focus
I
on
know.
games.
I know. But we'll see. Hey, what do I know? I like Star Wars Outlaws though. That was
It's
a
a
really
phenomenal
fun time.
game. Really enjoyed it.
Really fun time.
It was okay. It was good at launch, and then they've gone back and really tightened it up.
Yeah. And elsewhere in news, and this is the first time I'm reading this, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yep.
According to Deadline and Justin Kroll over there, Michael Bay and Sydney Sweeney. If Nick were here, he'd be like,
His hand would
pay
be under the
attention,
table
mate.
immediately.
Are working as a team on a movie adaptation of OutRun with Universal. This is an interesting one. Justin Kroll writes, with a Minecraft movie owning the box office over the past month and HBO's The Last of Us returning with a bang. Sorry, everybody. Episode 2 aired, I think, yesterday.
That one didn't end with a bang. It ended with a stick.
Yeah.
Not as impactful.
Universal is looking to add its own video game adaptations to the mix with the help of two big superstars. Sources tell Deadline that the studio is developing a feature adaptation of Sega's iconic arcade video game OutRun, with Michael Bay attached to direct and Sydney Sweeney on board to produce. Jason Rothwell will pen the script. Bay will also produce alongside partner Brad Fuller through their Platinum Dunes banner, which has a first look deal with the studio. The project is in development as of right now. Sweeney is only on board to produce, not star. Toru Nakahara, Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 3, Knuckles, Golden Axe, will also produce for Sega, and Shuji Utsumi, President CEO of Sega Corp, will oversee the project on their behalf. Interesting.
Especially since OutRun was just a driving game with a blonde lady in it, so they have a blonde lady
It will just be
producing.
the iconic car, and it will be a crime thing, and they'll be on the run, I guess, and that will be the story. So it's perfectly fine.
It's a blank canvas. Sure.
Yeah, Michael Bay knows how to shoot cars racing through cities. We've all seen The Rock. Dun 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 dun. I love the fact that many of Hans Zimmer's early scores in the 90s and noughties are the Pirates of the Caribbean theme tune in a different pace. Like they are. Like
that was always a joke. He was just making the same song over and over again, but then he started really branching out. Like he did the Modern Warfare stuff that was really good.
Yeah, and Inception and Interstellar and other bits are some really.
Hey, Travis is like with me. Neither of us are big Michael Bay fans because the movies are just.
I mean, yeah, he knows how to shoot action though.
Yeah,
like,
amazingly well.
Yeah, he knows how to shoot stuff exploding, and really, that's what I picture an OutRun movie kind of being: just cars, and
car chases and explosions. Yeah, pretty much.
It'll be fine. You know, I'm not saying he's like.
Oh no!
Directing.
Not saying it's never entertaining. It's just the overall movies he makes are not for me.
But The Rock is awesome. Like that was a good.
It was something I really liked at the time, and have tried to go back to and could not.
I still like it. You're best. Sean Connery was great as that guy. It was fun. I think that is. Most of the
those are the big ones. There's 11 and a half minutes until Oblivion. So unless we have more news, I could stop the MP3 recording here and then we just hang out.
Well, yeah.
This is more news.
I will just add Steve's lava chicken has gone viral and has now entered the UK chart as a 34-second song. It is the chart's shortest ever track in the UK, and it's now in the UK top 40.
What's wrong with you people?
Oh, it's just Jack Black working his magic, I think. That is hilarious.
Also, I will say I fully 100% believe there is a full disconnect between editorial and marketing. But like, it was very funny when I was looking at IGN last night, and the whole thing was taken over by Andor. And then it says Andor Season 2 review right at the top. And it's like your whole website is just completely paid for to be taken over by this product. So it's a funny look. I know they're completely different. One does not influence the other. Yeah. It's just funny to look at.
It is funny to look at when that happens. But the opposite is true, though. Wasn't there? Who was it that was it Gertzman that was like he gave someone's game a really shitty score. I can't remember. Was it Army of Two? Like, help me out.
No, I think it was
Help me
Kane
out
and
with my
Lynch.
brain. Kane and Lynch. I knew it was like one of those EA things
Mm-hmm.
from the 360 gen, and the whole website was Kane and Lynch, and then his review was, "It sucks," like right there in the middle. And there's the other side of that coin,
Yeah,
right?
and I think that's eventually what got him fired and kind of killed old GameSpot.
Yes. Yep.
But we are 9.5 minutes away from the Oblivion thing, so we'll I guess we'll
Oblivion. What's that?
I mean, it's literally the Oblivion symbol right there. But we'll say goodbye to you fine MP3 folks, but we're gonna stick around and do this co-stream.
Yeah, so for the sake of the audio version, thanks for tuning into this episode of Headlines. If you want to watch the stream of the Oblivion remaster, you can load it up on YouTube and hang out there. Otherwise, we'll be back on Thursday with more video game news, and we'll see you then.
Probably a lot
Thank
about
you, as
Oblivion.
always, for your support.
Bye-bye. All right, recording done.
Don't worry, we're still here.
Yeah.
I'm going to join the thing so that I can watch the thing.
Yeah, I'll drop us over to the co-stream setup. Of course, we're right in the way of the timer, so I'll move us up top. There you go. That'll be a little more chilled and relaxed, especially with Jon and all of his...
I'm not feeling my best, I have to admit.
His extreme gas needs to really fart, but he just can't.
It's really disconcerting, like, because I can feel that there's something wrong. Like, even throughout this show. Like,
sometimes it does not feel right, and you can tell.
Yeah. In fact, let's do my blood pressure live while we're on the show. Let's check this out. This is what getting old is, people.
Okay, there. Right. Now you should have audio. This is very quiet.
Check it out.
Turn up.
I'm going to mute this while it's filling up with air, though, because it goes really annoying me.
There. Now you guys have backing music. I could probably, if I put the music through. Oh no, you're hearing it through Discord, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm triple uploading. Still works.
Impressive. Most impressive.
That's why I don't push the 4K, because like I could do 4K to YouTube and 1080p to Twitch, but then if we do anything else, I'm hitting my max and everything just starts dying. So 1440p. You're gonna be 900 over 2.
I hope not. Oof. Yeah, it's still high. 153 over 95. With a resting heart rate, considering I am just sitting still, of 81.
You are extremely excited for Oblivion, though.
Clearly. Oh, not good, people. It's not good. I don't like getting old. I need to pester my friends at Zatu.
Where the tax shipped at? Damn it, go away. Open preview screen's taking up all of my StreamYard now. Go away. So yeah, I jumped in and I streamed a little bit of this yesterday. A little bit of the original 360 game yesterday. I was going to do PC, but that was just broken as shit, so I didn't bother. Because you have to tab out and in and out when you're doing PC streaming on one PC, and that game breaks every time you tab out. So, but
do you
nice.
think they're going to do a Skyrim remaster?
They already
I know
have.
it's already had like a
They essentially have
an anniversary update and that.
Because like the newest one was mainly fixing it so it just works really well on PC and looks better. I don't think so. Like I think they'd probably, if they were ever going to go back and remaster anything, it would be the older things that really don't hold up graphically and don't have good ports on PC. But like you get to Fallout 3, you try and go before that, the gameplay really starts falling apart. Like anyone that wants to actually go back and try and play Morrowind and you just start swinging through stuff and it says miss and you will pull your hair out. Just we're not used to that anymore, especially in modern context where I am taking this thing, I swing, it goes through the enemy in front of me and says miss, and I can't do it. I cannot take it
Yeah,
anymore.
that's not the one.
But it would also
Gentle
drive.
Stone in the chat says Citracel daily makes a big difference, John. I take amlopidine, which is a blood pressure medication, every day. But it's not doing it anymore. It's not doing it for me. Something's wrong. But yeah, sorry. I digress. It's not all about me, man.
People are like, I hope they don't recast Patrick Stewart and Sean Bean. I was like, man, if they're going to redo all those, they're not going to redo a bunch of voice lines. It's not that level of remake. It's a remaster.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same audio, maybe cleaned up.
Maybe it's been put through AI. Yeah. AI. 4 minutes, people. It's real.
Ooh. Giant Bomb just went live. They're also co-streaming it. It pinged my phone.
But I don't understand.
Hit the wrong
why
button
should
on
I
my
have
stream
any
deck.
games?
Trying to move the cat away. Stream's bouncing to going live out of nowhere.
Whoops.
Man, John, you got yourself dug in the console wars, and as Book and Beard says, it's stressing you out.
Maybe it is. It is definitely stressful launching all of this stuff. Oh, let's have a look here. What else we got going on? Where's my
I'll see where things end up being on the stream and move us around as need be. We can be anywhere.
I'd say top two corners or top middle would be the most sensible.
Top two corners, then I've got to control copy. Murder you on one.
Yeah, no, where you've got us is fine in the middle. I think that's good.
See, I could do that as well if you want.
Well, just animate us as moving around the screen, like.
Have us in each corner.
No, I think in the middle looks good, man. I think it's fine. Oh, nice. Look at that, producing on the fly. It's almost like he's a pro. Almost. I hope this is good, because I had to persuade my poor old mother to not bring my kids back at 4, but instead of 4:30, so that
It's
we
half
could
an
rush
hour
through
to
this.
live.
It won't be half an hour long, surely. Like, I'm picturing 15-20 minutes max.
Bethesda. They're pretty good at making things long. Oblivion's my favorite Elder Scrolls story. Overall. It was just so cool. You go back and you look at it, and like the scale of it's actually really... they're just these little tiny levels and little tiny amounts of enemies to fight. Like, but it felt amazing at the time.
Two things I want to call out in chat.
338,000 people watching.
Wow. Gentle Stone says Citracel is a fibre in a capsule to help keep the belly happy. Funnily enough, I got a lecture from my mother this morning who wanted me to take natural beetroot and garlic supplements.
You have wonderful breath.
Sounds yummy. But I'll look into that, Gentle Stone. Thank you. But also, Metal Oxide cracked me up with animate you moving around the screen like the old DVD screensaver. I don't know about anybody else, but anyone used to watch that, and I'd wait for the DVD to perfectly go in the corner, like and actually go dink, and it never fucking did. It used to drive me mad.
And I've got our article stub open, ready to push out an article to try and get more hits. I've mostly written it like it's available today. I'll have to quickly rewrite it if it's not available today.
Uh-oh.
You see how many people are watching, John? It's almost 400,000 now.
Wow.
I'm gonna get the volume up a little bit. Christ, it's not get that loud. You know what? I'm gonna up
I did
it.
take mental note of that. It's been. We'll be in touch, brother.
There. Hopefully this is loud enough for the stream. Nope, it's getting a lot louder. Oh shit. Gotta turn it down now. There we go.
Here we go. excited.
There is no remaster. Okay, bye. Oh.
Psych.
Parts of this video were on Virtuous's website. Like, you could see the guy talking at the studio.
Oh.
Sexual themes.
I love sexual.
I'll be at the bottom. I think this might be Oblivion.
In your hands. Take with you my blessings
Yep.
and the hope of the Empire.
Oblivion had
That's
a really cool style.
Yeah. Yeah.
Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Find my son, Sean Bean. What a logo. That's it, it's over.
This is brand new information.
Here we are 20 years later. When you think about the Elder Scrolls, to us it goes beyond game franchise.
Yeah, it's the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously, we're working on the 6th chapter here, but what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look back at all of the chapters.
Oh, goddamn faces.
Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, and each of them try to define role-playing games and open-world games for their generation.
Fans got so connected with the worlds we've made and these stories we're telling, and it's really
Vaseline filter on
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series and for how we make games as a studio. I think when it comes to a remaster, we want people to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time. You want to keep those bones in place. You want some of that old charm.
Coming back to Oblivion now with this tremendous visual update is absolutely amazing.
It's very pretty
It's the
from what
world
we've
I
seen.
remember, but better.
There's so much there, both for the Elder Scrolls world and also this evolution of our games, I think is really, really important for people to take a look back at.
Looking back and seeing everything we've accomplished in the past 20 years and working with these people, like, it's really special.
Of course.
Yeah, there are still quite a few people that I've worked with for that long, and it sort of gave me the warm fuzzies.
Anyone who hyped it up as a full
Oh my
remake
God,
is a
it's been 20
moron.
years. I think the thing that gets me the most is the music. Like, when you hear that music at the main menu, there's just like... There's just like
Yeah.
flood of nostalgia.
Unfortunately, that composer was
Oblivion
maybe
is
not the best guy.
beginning of who I am as an individual, as a game developer. It all starts with it.
I don't even think it took
Horse
me
Armor
to
DLC is a part of it,
release
Mort.
to realize
That was the
how big
in there.
this was.
People loved it. Like, they loved it.
Yes. Boots is all for the Oblivion
Such a
remake.
key moment in our history of
Get your
making
butt off my
games
pipe, good
and the
lord.
evolution of how we build these worlds, and having players be able to come back and experience that is
Time
really
to search
amazing.
the app. I keep searching it.
We had that really special moment of coming out into the world for the first time, what that meant to this game.
Every time we think about Oblivion, it's, what if we could give that moment to everybody again?
Here we go at last. Here's what it looks like now.
Years ago. For 65
It looks
years,
terrible.
I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor.
Oh.
But for
Here we
all
go.
these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen
God,
the
that
gates
potato
of
face.
Oblivion.
Oh, yeah, it looks a little better.
Holy
waking
crap.
nightmares.
Little
That's a
upgrade.
hell of a facelift, isn't it?
The Skyrim door. Oh shit, and the audio quality just went skyrocketing up into like full surround sound audio quality. Like, oh shit,
Whether
that
you're
sounded weird in
reliving these
headsets.
moments or experiencing them,
This
for
is the guy we
first
saw
time,
in the image
world of
on
Oblivion
Virtuous's
Remastered
website
immediately
from this
looks
video.
and feels incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That
Yeah,
When
looks
we
it's-
decided to
fantastic.
remaster Oblivion, we were really picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project,
if they nail this in Metal Gear, they are going to be like the next
we weren't going to be able to do it right.
They're huge.
Blue Point.
Our partners at Virtuous went above
It is a
and beyond
graphical
to bring
remake
vision to life.
in a video in about
Care and love they've
full
poured into the
graphical
Oblivion
remake.
Remastered has been absolutely
But the game itself is
Welcome to Paris.
Only
and welcome
remastered.
to Virtuous. Our team here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience possible.
goddamn.
We've worked with Bethesda Game Studios on other projects in the past, so we know what makes that team and their games special.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish up my article that it's available now.
We wanted to make the
People are saying it's on the
remaster
store.
more friendly to gamers with modern hardware. This is Oblivion in its most complete form.
So all the DLC, I'm guessing. They're not Nintendo like. They will put all the DLC in there.
About time someone got here.
Yep, it's on the store. $50.
Game Pass?
Those familiar with only some Elder Scrolls lore will now be able to experience the events that set the stage for Skyrim. You embark on an
Not yet.
epic journey
It probably
to
will
stop
be,
the
but it's just
Mythic
not
Dawn
active
cult
yet.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
from unleashing
His eyes
the
were
Daedric
funny.
Prince of Destruction.
What was the Oblivion Crisis? What happened to the previous Emperor of Cyrodiil? Why are there only 8 divines instead of 9? In addition to the core game, the remaster contains all add-ons, including story expansions, Shivering Isles, and Knights of the Nine, so you get the full experience.
On a personal level, it was really important to me to ensure that we're preserving the magic of the original experience. At the end of the day, we're all fans too.
This is a dream project for me, right? I'm a fan. I have been always a fan.
Well, I played Oblivion for perhaps 10,000 hours.
People flip out for 5 minutes
was
and
my
then they'll
first Elder
activate
Scrolls
Game
game,
Pass.
and it was one of the games that made me want to be a game developer.
The best way to describe it would be to call it a love letter.
No, that term is banned.
You will find your own
CD
path.
in the chat. It's out. You can
But
download
there
it
will
on the
be
store
blood
now.
and
Yeah, I've got it right
death
here.
Before
Look.
the end.
Here's the store. I'm doing my article.
God, it looks so good.
And screenshots aren't loading. God damn it.
The technology we used to create the original was cutting edge at the time, but tools have come a long way.
I cannot open. Man, I can't get any of the pictures.
The original Oblivion is still the heart and soul of the remaster, but we use Unreal Engine 5 to help achieve all our visual goals. We think of the Oblivion game engine as the brain and Unreal 5 as the body. The brain drives all the world logic and gameplay, and the body brings to life the experience that players have loved for almost 20 years.
But it's not just about pure fidelity. We knew we had to preserve the distinct style, making it as uniquely Oblivion as possible.
This is very
The brush opens a portal into the painting. You're stuck here like I am.
The Isles, a wonderful place. Good for a visit. Or
Nope, they've taken the page down.
eternity.
Have they really?
Oh yeah,
We've
it wasn't supposed to be up
nearly
yet.
every major feature
And it's not
from
showing
the
Game
latest
Pass.
version of Unreal 5.
Our goal was to push the visuals to the next level.
This is
using
literally the
latest
page
technology.
for it that was up.
We
Now it
created
says,
brand new,
"Cannot
highly
be
detailed
found."
character models and stunning
Might be-
landscapes
might
that
be
use
DDoS
millions of polygons in each asset,
from 100
allowing us a
billion
truly
people.
impressive level of
Oh,
detail
it's back
in the
up.
world. Every single
And
asset in
now
this
it has Game
was
Pass enabled.
completely redesigned and handcrafted from scratch.
There you go.
We implemented an advanced real-time lighting system that accurately
They
simulates
took it
how
down to
light
make it
interacts
actually work with Game
environments.
Pass.
This results
There you go.
in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects.
Anyone found a PC
While the
version
original
yet?
game had limited dynamic
Oh,
shadows,
it's up on the store, so
now the entire world
it
reacts
should be up
naturally
on-
to light.
Oh,
see.
yeah, there it is.
We used an incredible new lip sync technology.
New
that
lip
really
syncs.
enhanced performance in our characters.
Ooh.
He left us a warning.
Oh shit, that looks really good.
Heed it.
And real
For a
tools
Bethesda game, that
helped
looks
us
too
create
good.
the base mesh of our characters. From there, our artists sculpt each race individually to adapt it to the mesh, allowing us to share the model, rig, and textures. As a result, all
I'm gonna try
races,
installing it on
including
PC and see if my
Argonians, orcs,
internet
and
explodes.
Khajiits, are built on the same base mesh, making the lip sync system
119
more effective,
gigs.
even when the characters have very different facial features.
Welcome.
I gotta get this article out though.
We have access to so many modern rendering features.
I can't get. I'm gonna
You'll
get.
see them in something as
I'm gonna get it
simple
out without
as
the
running
pictures
through a
first.
forest, insects flying around, fish swimming in the water, light filtering through the leaves. Thanks to these technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing world. You'll really believe you're in Cyrodiil.
I believe you can handle a more complicated assignment. I would like you to retrieve a carved panel from the central chamber of the High Thing.
You know what I'm doing all week, John?
Yeah.
Wanting to play this on PC, but doing the Xbox version so people don't yell at me. This looks phenomenal, by the way. After having just played it and seen what it really looked like before.
It's gameplay.
Yeah, this is absolutely bonkers.
Virtuos. Very good.
It's UI and UX.
Wow.
It's audible.
Yeah, the UI was really bad because it was a 360.
We've updated
480p
features
sized
and
one.
systems across the board.
We've changed the approach to leveling.
I'm gonna add in pictures
which
to the
I
article
think will
later.
make a lot of people happy. It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds.
Shit. Yeah, there's some big changes, man.
We were able to fully recreate.
I
the
know they
character
call it
models,
remastered
creating a
to give
physicality
themselves an
that
out,
feels more
but it
human.
really is.
You see that in places like combat animations.
So I
There's
think
a lot
it's
more
because it's
separation
still
between
running
the
on
upper and lower
Gamebryo,
body.
and it's not like
All the animations are
entirely a
more
new
flourished.
engine.
Combat in the original
I'm getting pictures
Oblivion
now.
didn't
This
have
is
sound effects,
gorgeous.
visual effects, or hit reactions.
Yeah.
Now you'll get
This is
blood splatters,
way better gameplay-wise
sparks,
than it used to be, even
and
if it's not,
controller
you know,
feedback.
super modern.
You know, it's a little thing, but little things add up to make the combat more modern and engaging.
They have gone in and touched it up where appropriate.
There's a
Also, that
proper
third-person camera is a
third-person
lot better.
perspective. The original had third person, but there was no crosshair, and we felt the experience could be modernized.
But
one of our goals was for the
people are going to be mad because it's not as overly saturated green. It was a distinct
now, the
look.
third-person perspective has all the same control you get from the first
Yeah, and the leveling fix. One of the main problems with Oblivion was the way enemies leveled up with you, and would just be way too hard. Like as you leveled, you didn't feel stronger.
We couldn't
Everything
have
got
unique
strong with you.
voiceovers for all the races.
Hang on.
So we've gone back and recorded new lines of dialogue.
New lines of dialogue.
Each race represented in the game now sounds unique.
Can't stand the sight of those creatures.
We also made sure to keep in all of the quirkier dialogue.
I really like the way they say hello. Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there.
Hi there.
But it's like so nice and creepy at the same time.
Stop! You violated the law. Stop! You violated the law.
Criminal scum!
Criminal scum.
Stop
right there, criminal scum.
Cheese for everyone.
Cheese for everyone.
It had a big, these are people who worked around the office
You're going
vibe.
to steal one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Palace. You need to find the reading room. The blind priests will deliver a scroll to you there.
Start installing
Do not
this on
speak to the
Xbox.
priests. They're blindfolded. I've chosen you because you are the best.
God
Good
damn,
luck.
I am.
Stop! You violated the law. Your stolen goods are now forfeited. Then pay with your blood.
Blech.
As games have developed over the past 20 years, players have come to expect a certain suite of tools and controls.
It doesn't show up on Xbox.
Like
Oh,
sprinting.
there it is. It's in the
Sprinting
store.
is an interesting one because it was such a big debate internally among
It's just
our
right there on the
teams.
front page of the store.
Some of us were absolute purists, but ultimately, we decided it's 2025 and people are going to want to sprint. In fact, all of the character locomotion has
Fucking
been
thank
completely
you.
redone from scratch.
Wow.
And that has
Sprint.
a huge impact from
Yes.
the beginning of the game.
Every single updated or new feature was implemented with the player in mind. It all comes down to what makes Oblivion
Can you, like,
Oblivion.
not
What are
wanting to
those
bring
features that
console
just
wars into it a little
immediately
bit,
come
can
to
you imagine
mind
a
for
world
players
where,
when they
a
think
world.
of the game?
Microsoft
The mini
Xbox made
games
this
are the
exclusive to
mini
just
games.
Xbox and PC.
Those are
It
so
would
much
Can you
fun
imagine
to
right
look
now
at.
what would be going on?
People would be very pissed.
Like
Wouldn't
lockpicking.
they?
You can put a fresh coat of paint on it, but you can't change it too much
But
because
instead,
it's
they'll
part
just
of the
make
core
shit
experience.
tons of money.
Whether
But the game
you're
that was
returning to
originally released on
Cyrodiil
everything
or
anyways.
you're a newcomer.
I'm going to follow you and watch you and
Oh, no.
worship the ground you walk
Oh
on.
no,
You will
not this
instantly feel
fucking
at home.
guy.
It just feels better. We've modernized a lot, but it's still the same incredible adventure and the same carefully handcrafted world.
Well, it's about time. Do you know how long we've been waiting?
It's all to my Xbox.
Oblivion is a core part of the story of Bethesda Game Studios.
I can't get these
None of
pictures
what we're
like they
surrounded by
were.
right now would be here if we hadn't made that game and if it hadn't been the success that it was. The effort that we put into it, the sort of the love that went into it, I think that comes across on the screen.
To have worked on something that people care enough where you're in a position where you can remaster it, it's a privilege.
And now, to help introduce this game to a new generation of players, I feel so lucky.
I really think that people, when they jump back into the remaster, they're going to be shocked at just how good the game looks. The Oblivion gates look absolutely incredible, and I think they're just going to find themselves lost in the world.
Even if it's just the music, for example, just walking around for half an hour in the world, you feel
Too many games.
something. And that's precious.
Cal's L's in the chat. It says
Going back to a world
$9.99.
that
That's
you've
the
been to
deluxe
before,
upgrade. You
but
just
it's
want to
better somehow.
You
Like,
just want to
it's
go
an
for the
You
normal
can find it
one,
pretty
but
easy
it's
in the
like-
app.
It's new, it's fun.
It's a little
like,
hidden on the
exciting
store.
again.
But it's ultimately the same game. There was a lot of respect for what was before, and I think the fans will
Not
appreciate
opening
that.
these pictures.
From all of us at Bethesda Game Studios,
And Virtuous.
Here you go,
we
20
wanna
minutes, John.
Thank you for joining us today. Oblivion has a very special place in my heart, and being able to work on this remaster and bring it to a new generation of players has been an incredible experience. We were too excited to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you and then make you have to wait. The best
But the
part
bunch
of my
of
job
jerks
is that
ruined
I get
it.
to be the
Yep.
one to announce that the Oblivion remaster will
Most
be
of the people
available
watching might not have known.
today.
Okay, public. Done.
Good for them. Honestly,
Yeah, that looked
is
amazing.
I mean that
I was born
that is
87
a wonderful
years
marriage of technology and passion coming together, like bringing
For
something
all
from
these
20 years
years,
ago, modernizing it
I've
in
never
unique
been
ways,
the
and making
ruler
it
of my own
incredible.
dreams.
Like, wow.
This is the 27th of last seed. The year of Akatosh 433.
And I'm going to have this stream immediately go
These
into
are
my
the closing days of the
gameplay stream.
third era.
Why not?
And the final
Are you going to download 120 gig that fast?
Been downloading now
of my
for a while.
life.
We'll just hang out and talk.
I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
If you want to see this game in action, hang around. Once we end this stream.
This is only the beginning.
Oh god.
Worse is yet
Oh,
to
this is
come.
incredibly pretty.
It's so impressively good looking.
God damn it, I just need these pictures to load, so I'm going to add one more into the article, and that'll be it then, I guess.
Who now will save us from the coming darkness?
Two images in the article, that's what we got. Please do not ping our stream for this music.
Here you must find your own path.
Then everyone replies, "Who?" Sexy tree ladies. God damn, this looks nice.
Find him.
Really good
Close shut
remaster.
the doors of Oblivion.
Bordering on remake. Alright, I got the article in the tweet. I'm happy with it.
Can you imagine how mad Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be whenever that comes? Like, people are going to go...
Well, just how good Creation Engine 2 looks.
Oh, stay tuned for a special gameplay stream.
Yeah,
Don't do
with
that.
me.
Watch Jesse's instead.
But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. I will be right back to play more of this for a live review. Or, you know, playing it live to do a review.
Will he be the first review out there? Probably yes.
I don't know. It's a really big game. Like, most people had no idea what the hell Hi-Fi Rush was when I was doing it. So, yeah, that looked amazing. John, any interest for you? I'm gonna guess no.
Honestly, I played the original. I bought it as a launch, like as a brand new game when it came out on 360 when I was much younger. I am installing it right now on PC because it looks fantastic, and yeah, I'll give it a stab. I'll jump in and walk.
There's a
around for
lot
a
of
bit once
stabbing
I've
in
done
it.
some other
It
bits.
is to let you know, it is very much a spell sword game. Unlike Skyrim, it is very heavy on fighting and magic. It's not just one or the other like Skyrim can more be. Because right bumper was always just use a magic spell. It didn't take up your hands like it did in Skyrim. So do your spell bladey stuff is real good.
Yeah, the combat looks pretty nifty. So yeah, I mean, hats off to Bethesda and Virtuos. That is one hell of a really good looking remaster. Like, good lord, what a glow up. I'm very happy for everybody that is a fan of Oblivion and is going to go back and relive some childhood memories. For that, though, I'll let you guys tune into Jesse's stream. I'm going to go and do parent stuff. But big thank you to everybody that hung out with us today. Go download it. What are you still talking to us for? We'll see you next time on Thursday for headlines. Until then, be good, play some Oblivion, and we'll see you next time. Ciao for now.
Bye-bye.